Welcome you all to the sixth day of the Sketch with Magic Bit program. Today we are going to discuss simple game animation using the Magic Bit and the Scratch or the Magic Code programming platform. So first of all, you need to check for the Magic Bit OS in your Magic Bit. If it is not there, so you have to log into the Magic Bit web uploader. You can use the link below given in the description box. So then you have to upload the Magic Bit OS. After uploading the Magic Bit OS, you need to log into the Magic Bit Scratch programming platform as Magic Code. So you can have the link for the Magic Code as well in the description box. So let's log into the Magic Code. So this is how your Magic Code will look like. And then, so after opening the Magic Code platform, you need to connect your Magic Bit to the Magic Bit platform. To do that, first you need to plug in the Magic Bit to your computer from the USB cable. So after that, now we are having the select mode screen on your Magic Bit display. Now rotate the black color potentiometer wheel and come to Magic Code option here. This one, the very first option. So to load it, you have to press the right side push button. Then your Magic Code will start to load and you will get two options to select Wi-Fi or USB. We are going to use the USB mode. So select USB by pressing the left push button. And you can see there is a message on the display. At that time, you can come to your Magic Code platform. So once you come to the Magic Bit platform, you can see in this right side top corner, the button is in red color. And here you can see the connect button is there. Once you click on connect, it will give you a pop-up to select the USB serial port and select that and click again connect button on the pop-up and then you will see in your Magic Bit the message goes off and that red color button turns to green color. So that means your Magic Bit is successfully connected with the Magic Code platform. And here in the block palette, you can see at the end of the block palette, you can have the Magic Bit block set like this. So now we are ready to make our program. So as I told you, we are going to do a simple game animation today. So the game is the apple collector. That means we are creating a simple game animation. That means some apples are falling from top to bottom and in the bottom we are moving a ball to collect those falling apples along the surface or in the horizontal direction, and that moving part is we are going to done by using the left and right push buttons in the Magic Bit. If it is to move to the left side, we are going to press the left push button, and if it is to move to the right side, then we are going to press the right push button, and then we are going to collect the falling apples to the ball, and we are going to earn the marks or we are going to get the score. So that is the basic game we are going to do today. So first we need to have the necessary sprites to our platform. So we are going to have a sprite called apple and we are going to have a sprite called ball. So here we don't need this cat sprite, so we'll delete it. And from the sprites library, first I am going to use this apple sprite. So I will click on that. Then that will be added here. And again I will select the ball sprite. So you can type ball here and you can select this one. Now we have the two sprites here. If you would like to increase or decrease the sizes, you can select the relevant sprite and adjust the size from here, right? So for the moment, I am going to increase the size of the ball to 130 kind of value. And I'm going to decrease the value size of apple to 75. Yeah. Okay. So if you would like to do them further, you can use the same size option and you can use different values. So after getting the necessary sprites, now we need to have a proper backdrop to our game. So that means in this magic code, now we are having a backdrop in fully white. Now in order to make our game looks nicer, we can add a suitable backdrop to this stage. So you can go to the backdrops library and there you can select whatever the backdrops given here as your sprite, sorry, as your game. But it is better if you can select something goes with the game, something matching with the game. So as it is something related to apple falling, that means something related to trees. So I'm going to use this forest backdrop. So you can use whatever you like. So now this is the backdrop and these are the two sprites we are going to use. After that, now it is the time to create the programs for the two different sprites. First of all, let's create this program for our ball sprite. So this is the program we need to do. First, I will explain what we are going to do as the program. So we are going to run it by clicking on the green flag and we need to do the rest of the things repeatedly. So we will use a forever block and within the forever block, we are setting two conditions to deal with left push button and right push button. So in the first condition, first if block, we set to read the value of the right push button. If that value is equal to the button pressed option, so then we are changing the position of this ball along the horizontal direction by 25 units. As it is to the right side, we are changing the value of x by a positive value. Again, in the second if block, we are checking the value of the left push button. If the left push button is pressed, then we are changing the value of the ball or the position of the ball to the left side. So that is why we are using change the value of x by a negative value. So let's do this part. So first we have to select the ball because we are going to make the program for the ball sprite. So we'll select ball. And first we need to define, we are going to run it by clicking on the green flag. And then we need to take a forever. And then we need two if blocks within forever. So the first condition is to check the reading of the left or right. You can use anything. So this is the block we need, read left button. You drag it and drop it here. Here you can select whether it is left or right. So first I will keep it to left. And if the left push button is pressed, then I need to move this ball, the position of this ball to left side. So that means we are changing the position of this ball, the x value of the position by some value. So if you need to move it very fastly, you can use the higher number. So in the motion, we can have this change x to block and drag it and drop it here. So the changing amount, you can have a larger number if you need to move it fastly. But as it is moving to the left side, you have to use the value as a negative value. So in this case, I am changing it by negative 25. Because of this negative or minus sign, this one or this program knows that this ball should move to the left side. And we are doing the same thing for the second if block to check whether the right push button is pressed. So you have to change it to right. And if the right push button is pressed, now we are going to change the position of x by a positive value because we need to move it to the right side. So I'm going to use the same value but as a positive now. So this is basically the ball code or the program for the ball sprite. So after making the program for the ball sprite, now we need to make the relevant program for the apple sprite. So first of all, what we need to do, first we need to define how we are going to run the program. Here actually for this apple sprite, we have 3 block sets or else we can say 3 scripts. So this is one script, this is the second one and this is the third one. So the first script is to, when we click the green flag, so this position of this apple sprite should be a random position in the state, and its y value should start from 180. That means now we need to select the Apple sprite. After that, we need to define, we are going to run it by clicking the green flag, and then we need to define, or when the green flag is clicked, we need to have this Apple to start from anywhere on the stage. So as it is something related to motion, we are going to use this go to random position block here. So random position means anywhere on the stage. But anyhow, we need to start it from this top layer or the very top of the stage. So that means the position of this Apple sprite should always be equal to positive y. And the maximum of value that we can take to the y-axis in positive is plus 180. So what we are doing is, we are setting the y value of this Apple sprite to 180. So we can have a set block from the same motion block set y to, drag it, drop it here. The value should be 180. When the green flag clicks, it will go to a random position and always set its y value to 180. So the second script for the Apple sprite is to, when the green flag is clicked, it should run or do something forever. That means repeatedly. As we need to make the apple to fall down, that means we need to change the position of the apple to the downside or to the y direction. As it is to the downside, it should be a negative value. If it is to the upside, then again it is y, but it should be a positive. Now it is to the down, so it should be a y negative value. So that is what we did here by using this change y by minus 10. While making the position of the apple to the downside, we are checking for a condition. If the y position of this y, when we are changing the y position by minus 10, and that y position, if that y position becomes less than 170, then we need to go to, or we need to send this apple to another random position which is having the y value as 180. So you will get to know what we did actually when we run the program. So let's do this second script. So here again you have to see whether you have selected the correct sprite. It should be apple. And now again we need a green flag click block. And we need the forever. And to set the condition, we need the if. So what is the condition is, okay, so before the condition, we need to make this apple fall down. So from the motion, we are changing the y value by a minus num as it is to the downside, right? And then we set the condition to check whether the y value changing is less than 170. So less than symbol is in operators. This is the less than symbol. So drag and drop it here. So what we are going to compare is the y value of this ball or of this apple. So the y value, this y position. If that is less than minus 170, so the maximum value to the minus direction is minus 180. So the plus direction, to the plus direction it is plus 180, to the minus direction minus 180. So if it is minus 180, that means this apple will touch this down or the bottom edge of the stage. So in order to avoid that, that is why we are checking the condition, or we are setting the condition to a number less than that. So that is why we are checking here if the y position is less than 170. If this condition happens, then what we need to do, this part again. That means we need to do the same thing. So I will drag it separately and duplicate it and paste somewhere else here and connect it back. And these duplicated blocks are put inside the if. So initially this becomes like this in a random position and setting y to like this. And once at the same time when the green flag is clicked, it is changing its y value by minus 10 values. That means it's falling down. Once it is falling down, if the y position is goes beyond 170, then again we are sending the apple to a random position with y value as 180. So that is the second script for the apple strike. Now let's see the third or the final script for the apple strike. Here we did first when we click the green flag, we set our score to 0. That means as we haven't played the game yet, so our score should be 0 at the beginning. And after that we are doing rest of the things forever. So within the forever we have another two if blocks. The first one is we are checking the condition whether the apple is touching that ball strike. That means if those two strikes are touching together, that means the apple is collected by the ball. To indicate that if the apple is touching by the ball, then we are changing our above score value by a 1. Or you can change it by 2, you can change it by 10, like that. So in my case, in generally, I am changing it by 1. Once the score gets changes, at the same time, need to update the position of the apple with the y value as 180. Right? That is the first condition. The second condition is if the apple touching the ball 2. Here ball 2 means actually the border or edge of the thing. So if it is touched the edge of the stage, then we need to stop the program or we need to stop the game. That means it will indicate that we couldn't catch the falling apple to our board. So we missed it. So that means it definitely touched the below edge of the stage. So in that case, we need to stop the game. So let's do this code part for our apple strike. So when click, we need to set the score to 0 first. So when green flag is clicked, so first of all, actually now that the score here is a variable we created. So we need to create that variable in our program. So we need to go to the variable section here and there we need to click on make a variable and then we need to give the variable name. Here we give it as score and click on OK. Now the score variable is created. If you select this created variable, it will appear on the stage. If you unselect that, it will disappear. So you can do whatever you like. And now when this green flag is clicked, we need to set the variable we created, that is the score to 0. So after setting the score to 0, we are doing the rest of the things forever. So from the control, we are taking a forever and we are setting two conditions. So two if blocks within the forever. So the first condition is to check whether when this apple is falling down, whether it is touching this other sprite board. So we will go to the sensing. There you can see touching. There are two touching blocks. We are not going to use this color one. We are going to use this first option. So if touching, instead of mouse pointer, you need to select the name board because that is the name for the other sprite. Right? If this condition happens, then what we need to do when we need to update the score by 1 unit here. So again you can go to the score and take the change block and put it here and you have to select the variable name and changing amount. While changing the score, we need to move this apple again to a random position. So if you would, you can again duplicate this whole block set because we need to use the same block, right? Okay, so that is the first condition. So the second condition is to again to check whether something is touching, whether this apple is touching something. So we'll go to the sensing, take this touching block and put it here in the second if then. So what we need to check whether it is touching the edge. That means these edges of the stick. If that apple is touching any edge of the stick, then what we need to do? So then we need to stop everything running on the game. So if this touching the edge, then from the control we have the stop all, drag it and drop it here. Stop all. So yes, we did it. So we did our apple collector game. Now it is the time to run the game or play the game and see the output. So this is basically the game. This is the code for the ball. We are checking the left and right push button status to control the ball. And then there will be 3 scripts for the apple. These are the 3 scripts for the apple. First one, second one, and here is the third one. Okay. Now we are going to run it. So you can click on the green flag here. You can adjust. Initially, you can adjust, drag and drop these sprites and adjust the position of them. So I'm going to keep the apple like this kind of a middle place and the ball is at the edge of the stick like this. Now when we enter the full screen and click on the green flag, you will see this apple is going to fall down, and once it touches the edge, it will start to come somewhere else from the very top. Let's check this. And I'm clicking green flag. See, apple is coming down, and once it touches the edge, it will come back again from the top. So that is falling apple. Now we need to collect these falling apples to this ball. So to do this, move this ball, we define left and right push button. So if you need to move it to right, you have to press the right push button. And then if you need to make it to move to the left, you have to press the left push button. See, when I'm pressing the right push button, it's going right. When I'm pressing the left, it's going left. And once this apple touches the ball, you can see the score is getting increasing or updating one by one. When you press and hold the key, the motion will continuously happen. So you can, if you think now the moving speed is not fast here in the ball, you can increase the amount of value changing in the code. Right? So once one apple is catches by this ball, you can see the score is updating one by one. So you can stop it and let's come back to the original page. So that is what is your apple collector game. So we add 2 sprites, we add a backdrop, and we program the things for the 2 sprites. And now we are going to load it to the computer shop or anything where in Embassy. And now you can use that code. Okay. So that is how I told you how to use the push buttons and LDR and other components together to move the activity. So that's all for today. Still anyone of you are really looking to have a Magic Bit, so you can visit official Magic Bit website and see the available products and what you need to buy. Thank you so much everyone for joining with us today. We'll meet on next week session of the program. Once again, thank you so much.